Hey, good evening, good morning. I'm currently on day 6 of quarantine because I came back from Asia last week. So I said I would use this time to do some more piano tutorials. First up is a request from the 1975's third album, and this one is tricky enough. There's lots of different parts to it, but a bit of practice should get you there. This is Mine by the 1975. Mine by the 1975 has about 6 or 7 different parts. The first part is the intro part 1, and that goes like this. So the first chord is a G sharp minor 7, which is a G sharp, B, D sharp and F sharp. Second chord is an E major, which is B, E and G sharp. And the final chord is an F sharp minor 7, which looks like this, which is F sharp, A, C sharp and E. And when you're playing this chord, when you play it, after you play it, very quickly you're gonna move your baby finger up to this F sharp. So like this. So altogether it looks like this. So the second part of the intro looks something like this. So your left hand is going to be doing just basically chords. So it's going to be the E major chord, which is E, G sharp and B. Then it's going to go down and play the A major chord, which is A, C sharp and E. And you're also going to play E major down here again, which has the same notes as the top one, obviously. Now the little embellishment with the E chord is just going to be a G sharp, A, and then you play your chord. So get used to that with your left hand. Right hand is going to start off with, which is G sharp, A, B, B, C sharp. Then you're going to play an A chord, and before you play the E chord down here, it's going to look something like this on the right. Okay, which is E, F sharp, G sharp. And remember, on that G sharp, you're going to play the low E major chord. Then you're going to play a C sharp here. And you're going to do your little embellishment again on the high E major. And when you play this A, you're also going to play an F sharp here. Then up here, you're going to do something like this, which is C sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, and F sharp again. And that will look like this. And you're going to do the same thing that you had been doing with that E major again. A major by itself then. And then you repeat that little bit from the first part. And then you're into the first verse. So the first verse looks something like this. There comes a time in a young man's life. He should settle down and find himself a wife, but I'm just fine. Alright, so that's going to start off in an E major chord, which we know, into a C sharp minor 11, which is just C sharp, E, F sharp and G sharp. Then to an A major, which we know. Then to an A minor, which is just A major, except this C sharp is now a C. And then at the left hand, that's still going to be E, played like this, to a C sharp minor, not 11 this time. Then A, again, which we know, and then into a new chord, which is an F sharp minor 7, which is F sharp, A, C sharp, and E. The right hand then, for the second half of the first verse, is going to look like this. So when you're playing the E like this, you're going to play C sharp, E, and F sharp. Moving to the C sharp minor when you play that F sharp. And then you're going to play G sharp, B, and C sharp. While this A major is happening. And then for the last F sharp minor 7, you're going to hit an F sharp here. And that's the first verse. Just like to say, at this point of the song, you have the majority of the song learnt. There's just some slight changes throughout. The next part is the instrumental, which looks something like this. And that's just repeated over and over again. That is an E major chord with E's, with an E octave in the left, C sharp minor 11 with a C sharp and a G sharp in the left, A major with an A and an E in the left, and an F sharp minor 7 with an F sharp on the left. And that's the instrumental. So the next part, which is verse 2, which is I fight crime and lines sometimes and write rhymes I hide behind, that is the exact same as the instrumental that you've just learned. Now, the next part when he sings, I switch her wine, both crying, I'm fine, if you are fine, looks something like this. And I switch her wine, both crying, I'm fine, if you are fine. Alright, that's just A major first of all, and followed to A minor. E major, then C sharp minor 11, back to A major, back to A minor, back to E major, A minor, and then we're going to have a different kind of chord there, which is just A, B, D sharp. Don't really know what that's called. Comment below if you do. And that's that section. So the next part, looking back on 2009, this is the exact same as the very first verse, and then it's followed by the instrumental. So it's looking back on 2009, when people said that it was raining all the time, but I'm just fine. Followed by the instrumental. and so on and so on. The final part of the song then is the last two verses, which I would call bridges. They are, and you say that I'm wasting your time, and it looks something like this. And you say that I'm wasting your time, and I smile and tell you things will be fine. For some reason I just can't say I do. Alright, and that part starts off with an A major, followed by A minor, followed by C sharp minor 11, and then we have a new chord, F sharp major, which is just going to be F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, and F sharp, played like that. Then you're going to have A major again, then A minor, then E major. So as you can see, a lot of repetition. It goes back to the instrumental after that part, then this part's repeated, and then the instrumental again for the outro. And that is Mine by the 1975. Best of luck.